Jedna od najzanimljivijih priča iz Etnografskog muzeja jeste priča o svadbenim običajima i tradicionalnim nošnjama koje su nosili mladenci iz različitih krajeva Srbije. Naime, svaka regija imala je svoju posebnu simboliku kada je reč o svadbenim nošnjama. Od boja do specifičnih detalja u vezu i ornamentima. Jedna vrsta svadbenih običaja važila je za one koji dolaze iz Vojvodine, a potpuno druga za one koji se venčavaju u Šumadiji. Dobar dan i dobrodošli u još jednu epizodu sa Tamarom kroz Beograd. Nalazimo se ispred Etnografskog muzeja i mislim da ima mnogo toga što ću vama, a i moje drugarici Oksani, pokazati unutra. Generalno želela bih da vam predstavim Oksanu, ali bi nam trebala jedna cela epizoda da vam samo objasnim čime se to ona sve bavi. Jednom popularnom rečju, rekla bih preduzetnica, ali ona je mnogo više od toga. Sjajan prijatelj, majka, neko kome ja zaista, od koga mnogo toga učim. Dobila je orden od italijanskog ministra kulture i neko je ko generalno izvozi brendove iz Italije širom sveta. Neke poznate brendove kao što su Furla, Trussardi, Off-White, Palm Angels i mnoge druge, ali između ostalog i neitalijanske brendove kao recimo Jimmy Choo. Mnogo toga radi. Ne znam, mislim da ona nema samo 24 sata u jednom danu, ali jedva čekam da dođe jer sam sigurna da će se Etnografski muzej jako dopasti jer voli istoriju kako mode, kulture, generalno nacije, pa jedva čekam da joj pokažem šta imamo sve unutra.
My friend.
Welcome. At last, 3 times. In Serbia.
In Russia as well.
Ah, lovely.
In Italy 2 times.
Yeah, exactly. Old habits die hard.
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome. I'm bringing you to Etnografski muzej, which is ethnographic museum. Okay, so there's so much to show you around at Ethnographic Museum. There are several different levels, but I think we should start with this special exhibition that we have at the moment about, it's called Memory. So it's basically been 120 years since the first permanent exhibition of the Ethnographic Museum. And over here, we're gonna see one of the exhibitions. Are you ready?
Yeah.
And let's start on the ground floor. Dobro večer.
Dobro večer.
Ja sam Tamara.
Drago mi je.
My friend Oksana.
Welcome.
So, my friend Oksana just arrived in Belgrade and I would love to show her more about Ethnographic Museum.
The museum is founded in 1801, so it is one of the oldest museums in this part of Europe and Southeast Europe. This exhibition here is actually celebrating the first permanent exhibition that was opened in 1904 here in this building. So this is actually we are celebrating 120 years from that first permanent exhibition. So like some kind of celebrating first curators and first investigators, if you would like to be a bit adventure, who were gathering and collecting objects for the museum collections. This is the exhibition about the field work. So you can see different types of objects, wooden objects from the agricultural activities, also some kind of national costumes, some parts of national costumes, also from city costume that was very fashionable at that time, at the beginning of the 20th century. You will see how Belgrade actually was in line with Paris, Budapest, yes.
Oksana is a fashion queen, so I'm sure that we have to show her the outfits.
I think she will enjoy, and she will also see how Belgrade at that time and Belgrade women were very fashionable.
Okay, now we're talking. Yes.
And you have rubashka. in Russia, right?
Yeah, we have rubashka as well.
Rubashka is for women, for men, or
both? Because
yes.
in the old time it was both in rubashka.
So this is the women shirt, and there is one.
Вишиванка in our country.
Wow.
Vest for the child. As you can see, he is completely the same like for the older people, because it is actually the same pattern, the same decoration, everything, but smaller, yes.
And this is how it's calling.
This is the yes, the bride's cap, called kaitsa.
So I should be wearing something like this now,
really
because
nice.
I am getting married soon.
You're preparing now.
So I think I need, but it's red. So it used to be red, also for a bride. That's interesting.
Well, the red is the color.
Вишиванка.
You know, yes, we could completely get the outfit for you here, because you have also here like some kind of
like a raincoat,
rope, yes. And actually it was also for brides, because the red color is like for the protection, you know.
Wow.
So the protection of the bride on that special day. So red has some kind of symbolic
I love that, because maybe instead of, you know, how they say something blue, maybe I should have something red.
yes.
And let's see the jewelry.
Yes, this is also for the for woman, because she has some kind of scarf all around her head, and these are needles that will with hooks that are
I see, attached.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
keep it in place.
to that scarf.
This is beautiful.
Yes.
You know, next season Prada could do it.
Definitely. The people was smaller. You see?
This is for kids. Yeah, you mean this? Yeah.
Smaller.
This is for a kid. But for sure, I think people were smaller. And then
Curators also collected, as you can see, children toys. So not only something that is that was used in everyday life, like in some different some utensils or something like that, but actually also the children's toys.
Wow.
So it is interesting. And you
Love
can see
that.
the toy tractor, yes, here. So we as a team of curators who prepared this exhibition, we liked actually to show, you know, that hard work, because behind all of this you have hard work to get that object to become a museum object. So ethnographic field work is very interesting, of course, job, but actually the kind of adventure and kind of very, you have to think, of course, because before you go to the field. You have to prepare yourself using literature, using museum documentation that you already have. And then you see what you actually miss, and then you look for that at the field. So in past, you can imagine how it was like going on a horse, you know, in bad traffic situation, with bad weather also. So it was really hard work. Now, when digital and technology and everything you have on disposal, it is a bit easier. You can see a lot of objects that are collected more than 100 years ago. We have museum documentation, we have data about that, about every single object you can see here. And this is actually some kind of, every curator choose what will show from their collection, what will be showed in this exhibition.
To say that ever since we arrived on this floor, everything looks, I feel like a child in a toy store. It's really appealing. So where do we start?
So first of all, I would like to tell you that this is our permanent exhibition. This is the exhibition about traditional culture of Serbs in the end of the 19th century and beginning of the 20th. So you can see here how people lived in the past, what they used to do, what was what were the crafts that they were practicing. For example, we could start from here. This is an interesting story, as we have here wooden house, typical for mountain region in Serbia, called brvnara. So, as you can see, it was made completely out of wood, and actually it is because the people was very practical at that time, you know, they used the material that they have in their surrounding. So that is on that model there, you can see the typical household that consisted a lot of houses, different houses, because the extended family lived there. So not mother, father and child, but mother and father and grandmother and 7 sons.
Old generation.
Their wives, yes. So a lot of them, it was called zadruga. They lived together. And this one, the house, the one with the chimney, is actually the main house. And that was the house where all of them lived and spent time. That was the house, the only house that was with the heat, you know. And because of that, it has one chimney. The other one, as you can see, are without, yes. So because at that time, the taxes were paid actually by the chimney. So the less chimney, the less you pay. They all live together there. You can see a lot of, you can see the one house is called Vajat, and it was actually the house for the son and his wife.
Wow.
So they lived like some separated, you know, from other parts of the family. And a lot of other different houses that were actually for fruit, you know, for
animals.
Yes, all the things that were they doing in that
drying fruits, drying, yeah,
in that household. There we have a interior of that house. So you can see that it was consisted of one central room with the heat in the middle, and a lot of the people were sitting, you know, around the heat.
Fire,
and,
yeah.
Yes, and you know that was the time when
The place where they meet together.
Yes, yes, and where younger members of the family could hear stories from the older
generations.
So it was tradition was passed on from older to younger members of the family.
And that's actually a big message at the Ethnographic Museum as well, right? How to kind of communicate the tradition and how to transfer the tradition from generation to generation, which it's funnily enough getting harder in these times that communication is easier.
Yes. Yes, that's a paradox, you know. Communication is much easier, but you are not receiving right messages, exactly. Obviously.
Because people not staying together so long. They're all communicated by iPhone, digital, that's why.
Yes, yes.
But this looks very cozy. The only problem, if you don't like your mother-in-law, this could be difficult.
Don't worry. I hope your mother-in-law will be a good person.
Oh, I love I got very lucky. The lottery of mother-in-laws gave me the blessing. So very lucky, thank God.
I'm also lucky with mine, so.
But it's rare. It's rare, you know. We should be very grateful for it.
Yeah.
If you would like to see something else also, I would like to show you another type of house. So in the plain region near the river, where they don't have enough wood, like we saw on this example with Brvnara, we have Moravska house. So the house is similar to houses, for example, in the border with Romania and Bulgaria, because due to the migrations. It is the house that was built of thin wood, dirt, you know, and it wasn't so solid as, for example, wooden house. And over there we have an interior of that house. So you can see the main room, you know, with the heat, but that heat is also extended into another room. So it is actually heating the sleeping room. And they, as you can see, they were using wooden utensils, also pottery. So they were very practical, had all in everything that was in surrounding they used for their life.
Interesting.
Here you can see a third type of house, a house completely made of stone. This is actually, we're talking about the rural homes in coastal zone, where Serbs lived in the past. So you can see how this type of the house is different, a bit different, you know. Also using a lot of materials that are in surrounding. They have these bed covers made of hemp, a lot of kitchen utensils made of wood, all these utilities they are using in everyday life. You can see here actually the surrounding of that house. So very harsh region with a lot of stone, you know, not so friendly like in other zones that we saw. Here a lot of utensils used in agriculture, so everything that was needed, you know, to produce milk, yes, everything that you use for transport. You can see a lot of baskets, beehives, so everything actually that is connected to
farming.
Yes.
Some of these baskets also are coming back in fashion.
Exactly.
Different reasons, but very popular.
This is the interior of the wooden house we were talking about. So you can see this is the main room with the heat, you know, and the main chair for the older members of the family with gusle. There you can see the cradle because the little child wasn't with his parents at that separate house that was not heated, but it was here with grandma and grandparents. Yes, because of the warmth.
Wow. Let's see what's next.
It will be interesting for you. So here we have, as you can see, wedding dress and the ball dress. So that is from the period when Belgrade was opening, you know, to the European fashion. And you can see different accessories, you know, the fan, the gloves.
I love the gloves. Wow, they're beautiful.
So it's from different parts of Serbia. That is Belgrade, this is southern Serbia, Niš, this is also central Serbia. You can see the umbrella. So they were very fashionable at that time.
And the little umbrella, is that a sun umbrella?
Yes. But she's the bride.
So she needs to present. I love the wedding dress. Wow, and we have some cars.
Yes, we have also some agriculture more, and here cars. So as you can see, decorated and a bit fashionable, and also sledges down there. It is interesting that we have that.
This is interesting.
It is especially interesting for young visitors. Yes, yes. I hope you liked everything you see.
Thank you very much. It's interesting.
I loved having this like little tour, almost a tour through things that look familiar but are not familiar. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like we've seen them, but it was just before our time. So it's really...
Or maybe we saw it many years ago.
Yeah.
And now it's nice refreshing.
Exactly, very nostalgic.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tanja.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Tanja.
Hvala mnogo. What kind of host would I be if I wouldn't have a gift for you? You know, in Serbia, we really like to feed our guests. So I have a gift from you. Actually, it's Mercator really who's gifting you Ukusi moga kraja, which means taste of my neighborhood. So we have some, as you can see, meze. We have wine, strudla. Maybe you recognize some of these things.
Yeah.
And I hope you're gonna enjoy it.
It's malina. It's a very nice one, of course.
Happy?
Very happy, kiss you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
3 times.
For 3 times for coming. You're a fast learner. Thank you for coming. I hope you're gonna enjoy this.
Yeah.
And I hope you liked and you had your expectations like here, but we met them.
Of course. Thank you for the invitation. It's really interesting.
Always.
Danas smo imali priliku da se prisjetimo kako su živeli naši preci, da otkrijemo čari starih zanata i običaja i da osjetimo bogatstvo naše kulturne baštine. Svaka izložena nošnja, svaki predmet priča priču o prošlim vremenima, o ljubavi, zajedništvu i nasleđu koje nas povezuje. Nadam se da ste uživali u ovoj šetnji kroz prošlost zajedno sa mnom, jer ovakva mesta nas podsjećaju na to ko smo i odakle dolazimo. Vidimo se u sljedećoj epizodi sa Tamarom kroz Beograd, gde vas čekaju nova mesta, priče i avanture koje otkrivamo zajedno. Hvala što ste bili sa nama i do sljedećeg susreta neka vas tradicija i ljubav prema Beogradu inspirišu svakog dana.